Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has presented a letter of appointment to Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as the 16th Emir of Kano. The colourful event, which took place at the Government House, was graced by members of the Kano Emirate Council, district heads and title holders. Speaking while presenting the letter, Governor Abba Yusuf charged Sanusi to use his office to unite the people, although there is an ex parte order restraining the state government from giving Sanusi the appointment letter. That did not deter the colourful ceremony.
By the powers conferred on me by the Kano State Emirate Council chiefs, the Appointment and Disposition Law of 1984, and in consonance with the Kano Emirate Council's Referral Law 2024, and supported by the recommendations of the Kano Emirate Council kingmakers who are here with us. I, Governor Abba Yusuf, Kano State, have the singular favor to confirm the appointment of Sanusi Lamido as the Emir of Kano. I call upon you to use your position to unite all the adherents of the house of Malik Ibrahim Gaba, and also bring harmony and understanding among all the Islamic sects within the Emirate.
In the meantime, a federal high court in Kano on Thursday issued an ex parte order to stop Governor Abba Yusuf from reinstating Emir Mohammed Sanusi II. Now, in spite of this ruling, however, the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria earlier today received his letter of reinstatement from the governor, who happens to be the only one elected on the platform of the NNPP. Ladipo Johnson is a spokesman of the NNPP, and he joins us now to look at why the reinstatement of Emir Sanusi was a priority for the party, the legal dimension to it, and how to safeguard the traditional institution from partisan politics. Good day and many thanks for joining us here on Newsday.
Thanks for having me. Good day.
Good day. Well, let's start with the legal dimension. Like we reported, there's an ex parte order from a federal high court in Kano stopping the reinstatement of Lamido Sanusi pending the hearing of the substantive suit. But obviously, the Kano State government has gone ahead. So what does this say about the rule of law in Kano State?
Well, the rule of law is at play. When you get an order, first thing, an order, ex parte or otherwise, you do not restrain a completed act. We shouldn't make a mistake here. I learned that the main thing that took place yesterday when the governor signed and assented to the law by the House of Assembly. It took place, I think, at about 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock yesterday evening. Now, apparently, the ex parte order was served at about 11 at night. So it was completed. And the events that took place today is not a constitutional event or whatever. He could have taken received his letter in private. So as at yesterday, he had been reinstated. But the good thing is that, yes, it is not something that can be dissipated. If they want, they continue in court. And if the court says, oh, he's not meant to be emir, he's not entitled to be, processes were not followed, then things will go where they should go. But I am certain that they did not break the law. I'm sure the governor had advice or necessary advisory from the Honorable Attorney General of Kano State before they did what they did today. It's happened before, I can tell you, during Oba Akiolu's time when he was made Oba of Lagos. I followed everything, they went to court, and the court said, no, The ceremony at TBS was not known to customary procedures. It was just ceremonial, so they couldn't restrain it.
So are you saying there's a failure of the court, in giving that ex parte order? Is that what you're saying?
No, the court, I would say the court failed. It's due to the discretion of the judge comes into play. It depends on when you take you bring your motion before the court. At what stage are you trying to restrain? I didn't read the entire thing, but I saw that cleverly they tried to say that I think it was 4th, 5th, 6th or so defendants, the police, the NS, whatever they call them, and the DSS were restrained from giving effect. You understand? Now, giving effect, are they the ones that will take him into the palace or not? So that is neither here nor there. So it depends on the wordings of the particular order, but I would be very surprised if the governor, knowing the Attorney General well, if the governor had gone against an order that was validly before him.
Now, I'm wondering, what becomes of the 5 emirs that were removed? We know they said that they will go back to their former position, but some analysts are worried, that this could be a call to chaos in Kano State. Are these former emirs now willing to submit to the reinstated emir?
Well, I don't think there will be chaos. 4 years ago, Emir Sanusi was dethroned.
But don't forget he was banished.
Yes, he was banished. No one has spoken about anyone being banished now. But I'm sure that the rule of law will prevail. The emirs knew, the former emirs, they knew that it was, look, this issue was at the front burner during the elections. It was. I'm not from Kano, I'm from Lagos, but I'm a member of the NNPP. I went to Kano several times during the elections, and the people, the masses, kept demanding it. And it was a campaign promise by the NNPP that we will restore. It's not just the banishment or the dethronement that was at issue. It was the fact that they took one emirate and Ganduje just created 5. And the people wanted, or majority of the people anyway, wanted their emirates to be as it has been for hundreds of years. So I don't think there'll be problems. And if there are problems, I'm sure peace will be restored in the shortest possible time.
Well, like you said, it was a campaign promise. But some analysts are wondering, if that reinstating the emir is priority at this moment. What are your thoughts on that? It doesn't disturb anything.
It doesn't disturb anything. I keep saying that. The press will always say that. Is this a priority? As he's doing that, he has a program tomorrow declaring to do with education, right? And they're still working. They're doing other things. This is just one event that occurred yesterday. And of course, the ceremony didn't last too long, the ceremony today. So it doesn't stop that, but it is part of one of the things. And for us, we are seated here, right? And we do not know what is important to those people in that state. For us, it might not be an important thing. You might feel that, the economy is what the governor should concentrate on. But for his people, those who voted him in, those who wanted the emir back, it might be a priority. It's much like we had at that time when they had the mass marriage. A lot of people said to me, is that the priority? And I said, you are looking at it from your point of view as a Lagos boy. Look at it from their point of view, religion, culturally, and what have you. They are the ones that voted for their governor. They know what they want. And as long as it's not obnoxious to natural justice, equity, and good conscience, as we say, then it is what is important to them.
So talking about equity, and good conscience, is this reinstatement of Emir Sanusi done in good faith, or is it in continuation of the ongoing conflict between Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and Abdullahi Ganduje?
No, I wouldn't say it's in continuation of anything. The issue of Ganduje and Kwankwaso was settled during the elections.
It has really been settled?
No, it was settled during the elections, right? We did that in 2023, we're in 2024 now. And I think that is there. He's the one, he has his travels with members of his party from his ward and even at the national level. And he keeps bringing the NNPP into it. It's just a distraction to distract members of APC who have woken up to see that such a person shouldn't be the one leading their party. He has too much baggage, but I'm not a member of the APC. That's their problem. The people wanted this. They said it even before the elections. Now, for reasons best known to him, Ganduje at that time, maybe he felt the emir spoke too much or what have you, decided to dethrone him. And as I said, the issue was not just dethroning Sanusi, it was also splitting the emirate up into 4 or 5 places. For context, if Governor Adeleke were to get up today, or the governor of Oyo, and because there's no Alafi on the throne, but for context for us who are down south here, get up today and say, okay, Onyo of Ife, bye-bye. But apart from being bye-bye, now the seat of Odua, we now split it up into 3. And whatever. People won't take it. They might keep quiet. But if it is, they've gone about it the proper way, going through the State House of Assembly, and they've done it the proper way. They didn't agree with it. Now, is it going to continue if another governor comes? Blah, 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 blah. That is neither here nor there. Do we, because of that, say that the nonsense, absolute nonsense that Ganduje did should have been left undone? We had to correct it, and it has been corrected. And I think today, by tomorrow morning, it's a normal commercial day in Kano. There's no problem.
Well, except for the 5 emirs, who were removed. I doubt if they will be satisfied with it, seeing as they've already taken legal steps.
You see, the thing there is this. How did they get there in the first place? We're never true to ourselves. That is one of the problems we have as a people. We are never true to ourselves. I asked someone today, when I heard about the court, I said, did Sanusi go to court? You understand? Former Emir Bayero, his father had just left. And you know that, in Yoruba land we have Idigi and what have you. They're all related. Even the governor is related to them. The governor, Abba Kabir Yusuf, is a member of the royal family. And Sanusi and, Emir Sanusi and former Emir Bayero, they're all related. So it's a family affair, and I think it is where it is at the moment, and we'll wait to see. But I know for certain that peace will prevail and things will go well.
Well, we certainly hope so. Now, in 2020, Mr. Sanusi was removed for alleged insubordination to Governor Ganduje's government. So what steps can be taken going forward to safeguard the traditional institutions from politics? Is it even possible?
Unfortunately, now I'm taking it from outside Kano now. I'm not talking about Kano. Unfortunately, that has been one of my complaints, especially here in Lagos. I don't want to attack Mr. President, but when he was governor, that's when we saw, people say that, people much older than I am, say that we had even the problems with Action Group, NCNC, Alafi, Onyo of Ife during Awolowo's time or whatever. Unfortunately, it seems that Nigerian politicians always seem to want to interfere with the traditional institutions. And it is something that should be stopped or reduced to a minimum. When you get people, the politicians come in and you have a ballet, oh, I'm upgrading you to an Oba, you have to support my party, etc., etc., etc. That's how it happens. And the traditional institutions, those there cannot do anything without going to see the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism or local governments, etc. So you've tied them together. They do not really have a role within the Constitution. And to be fair, when I was reading the theory of it all, a proper republic does not recognize traditional institutions. Everyone must be equal. So they must go through, you must vote for them, etc., etc. That is a proper republic. But we have something mixed in Nigeria. We have that cultural background. We adopted what came in from the colonialists, and we tried to merge everything together. So I think that we have to keep learning and make sure that we have, maybe when you have constitutional amendments, make sure that the tenure of these traditional rulers is more protected, better protected rather, forgive my English, is better protected under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let us accept that theoretically we're not a republic as they say we should be theoretically, because we have the traditional institutions there. But you're right, we must look at, moving forward, we must look at a way to protect these institutions, because I'm a politician, but you cannot leave it to politicians.
Well, an alternative solution that was given by some critics is that maybe we should also be thinking of scrapping these institutions. What are your thoughts?
Well, as people who do not know where they're coming from, then it's not, our culture is there. It's clear to all of us in every area. Our culture is rich. I believe in traditional institutions. I believe in our culture, and I believe that the last thing we should be doing is scrapping these institutions. You see, they play a role in society. They maintain some sort of equilibrium in society. But we should come together, discuss the issue, and make sure that the role is properly defined. It doesn't go up and down, and that they are protected, and they do not, look, the problems they have is the same problems that even House of Assembly has, and even the judiciary. Because if Mr. President or the governor are the ones signing your check, then they want to take control of what you do. And I think that is what happened during Ganduje's time. I'm sorry, that's part of the politics. He felt that the emir was talking about some of his policies. And the emir was talking, saying that this is not good for the people. But they felt he had spoken too much. And that's what happened. So you're very right. We have a big problem.
Mr. Ladipo Johnson, NMPP spokesman, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.